Thank you very much, Mr. Prime Minister. Firstly, let me, on behalf of my delegation and my country, country of 1,000 tribes, and the 10 million plus people who live in called PNG home country, we'd like to congratulate you for your election into office. Once again, as leader of Fiji, we are here to affirm the outcome of a democratic process. Papua New Guinea believes strongly in and advocates on the democratic values and principles. For you, Mr. Prime Minister, coming out through the process, and becoming leader of Fiji one more time, Papua New Guinea comes here to give you respect that we deserve, and respect that the Fijian people and nation deserves, in as far as a strong leader in our Pacific Island nation and nations. And Mr. Prime Minister, the Fijian hospitality and welcome has been very wonderful. Let me appreciate the parade that was put for me and my delegation at the Nasori airport yesterday. Last night, your warmest welcome and dinner hosted for me and my delegation. This morning, a full traditional welcome accorded to me in its fullest sense. Was especially noted and appreciated, and of course I paid my respect to Mr. President. His Excellency was very gracious with his time and received us very well. And we just concluded a very important bilateral. Mr. Prime Minister, and to your country, you and me walk under the shadows of great men who have walked ahead of us. Our nation has a shared history. Even before we were grouped into countries and the sovereignties we have today, we were a people living in this part of planet Earth since God first made humankind. Our ancestors were traveling on high seas. We have common heritage, we have common bond. We belong to one Pacific, we belong to one Melanesia, and it is proper, as you assume leadership, for Papua New Guinea to come and give respect in its correct context. Because Papua New Guinea and Fiji working side by side will ensure that we stabilize the canoe that is taking our people with us to ensure the future is bright for our people, and the destination in as far as better development is concerned for our people is arrived upon under our shared leadership. I want to place on record our appreciation for your leadership personally. When you became Prime Minister, you went to Kiribati, our family who was out there. You brought Kiribati back into the fold as a sister brother nation. That showed maturity, that showed leadership. And I think you bring into the picture a strong senior leadership for our region. And Papua New Guinea stands ready to work in partnership as you once again lead your country, your people. We're ready and stand ready to offer our support and partnership at our nation-to-nation relationship, but also at our family of nation relationship in the greater Pacific. Today we had fruitful bilateral discussions. Our conversations rallied around our economic relationships, trade relationship, our people-to-people relationship, our cooperation and exchanges between our public servant and Fiji public servant, our defense force and Fiji defense force, our police and Fiji police, our businesses and Fiji businesses. If you combine Fiji and PNG, we are 11 million plus people in the corporations that we are binding between both nations. It will benefit and mutually prosper over 11 million people. When we extend beyond just PNG and Fiji and look into greater Melanesia, you're looking at close to 12 million people. And when we bring in rest of Pacific together, it is quite a big number. You're looking at 12 million people plus 13 million people with the combined leadership of PNG and Fiji. Together, we will assist and shepherd Pacific into a future that is good for all of us. Our individuality exposes us to many threats we face in present times. Our exposure to climate change issues, our exposure to theft at high sea of our resources, our exposure to many vulnerabilities can be mitigated if we all stand together. And Fiji is big nation in the Pacific, PNG is big nation in the Pacific. When we are in agreement in matters like PACER Plus, when we are in agreement in matters like how we relate to World Trade Organization requirements, when we are in agreement on matters of environmental concern and climate change.
It is come at an opportune time as Fiji prepares to welcome the forum leaders to the grand convening of the Pacific Island Forum Leaders Special Retreat later this week in Denver, Ramadan. Their presence here symbolizes our shared aspiration to advance the regional solidarity and together build a strong and sustainable future for the families in the Pacific and beyond. Fiji and Papua New Guinea, Honorable Prime Minister, have had a very long, cordial relationship, and is recognized through the profound history and the unique Melanesian culture and the historic links our two nations have shared since 1975. Today signifies yet another landmark achievement in our commitment to further strengthen the relations for bilateral or for the betterment of both the nations and promote Pacific's prosperity. Fiji attaches a great deal of importance to our relationship with Papua New Guinea, and we are steadfast in our commitment to take our bilateral cooperation to newer heights, Mr. Prime Minister. On behalf of the government and the people of Fiji, I take this opportunity to convey my earnest gratitude to you, Honorable Prime Minister, and the government and the people of Papua New Guinea for your continued support and cooperation, which has continued to grow from strength to strength. I'm pleased to state that our meeting today was an opportunity to further reassert our commitment to Pacific solidarity and to map up a way forward for stronger bilateral cooperation in the post-pandemic era. I note with interest the prospect for collaboration in our collective efforts on economic recovery, climate mitigation, peace and security, travel and investment, sports development, to mention a few. I mentioned to you in our bilateral discussion, we just passed a cabinet decision on furthering sports cooperation and sports competition in the Melanesian peer group.